welcome. Friday night stream. It is I, your gracious and wonderful, exhausted host, still here to maintain his commitment. Are you impressed? Not. Alright, let's just continue this game where we left off. Right. I've got my mob actor. He apparently carries a gun. Why am I walking? Oh, that's right. I have the extra high heels. For elegant, sophisticated installation. And this saves you the trouble of using both feet. Walking, that's right. Walk weird. Walk weird. Check out the chop. Oh. Notice a strangely discolored patch of herb next to a sewer grate. The concrete appears to have absorbed a significant quantity of magical sewer energy. As I'm a psychogeologist, I will collect a sample. It's strange, stone like this is normally only found close to ley line intersections. Sewers and ley lines are very different things, almost the opposite thing. Glowing ooze. Glowing green goo. Perhaps one day the world will be ready for the secret of it. Okay then. Managed to sneak up to the Tin Lizzie's hideout without anyone noticing. You aren't going to stay unnoticed for long though. This place is crawling with Lizzies, unless your first move is to turn tail and run, I guess. My to-do list. Go to the bus stop and take it bus to Crystal Green Lake. Investigate Augustus Church's house for evidence about the missing cremains, and Bertram the baker. Asked him to bring 150 pounds of sugar if I happen to find that much somewhere. A couple of Tin Lizzies are busy trying to dismantle a car that is pretty already thoroughly mantle-less. Looks like it's like watching someone try to scrape just one more sandwich worth of meat out of the leftover turkey carcass. Jump on him. Wait, the wrenches are fighting too? That's hardly fair. You're doing sleaze damage to me. Well, what happens, I'll start with her, and I'll throw a rock at her. Hey, okay. French smack. Oh, the sleaze. Ouch. It's a random enemy 7 times. Decap her. Let's just shoot. Wow, that did nothing. I think I may have just lost us the fight. Boosted my mysticality. Okay, no, it loses the fight. No, leave my bird alone! Oh, hey. Pop bum egg. Ring twinkles. I got 13 meat. That's right, that's the ring that lets me get more meat than I normally would have. Really ought to put it out of its misery. Okay. Maybe that's worse. I popped a tire on it. This car looks terrible, but it smells great. Got a prototype car freshener. Oh hey, +2 stench armor. Okay. Inside this toolbox. Greasy glove, sleaze armor. Brianna's Bestos, hot armor, and hot armor to a pair of pants, and all. All that item. It's just an old oil barrel. Since it's open, it's full of rainwater. Fish! I got face grease, a 50-50 mix of engine oil and moisturizer. Useful in both a skincare regimen and a 2-stroke engine. Increases hot armor by 3 until I another potion. Okay. Got more fish grease. Okay, face grease. I got the Tin Lizzie grease gun. Alright, what does that do? My Moxie plus 2 sleaze damage. Really isn't intended as a weapon, but it hasn't stopped me before. True. Where's my gun? What is that? Rusty pistol. Weapons. Was the extra small Derringer? Steve. Oh, let's go with sleaze damage. Sure, why not? A bunch of Tin Lizzies are hanging out here. Their attention is mainly focused on something further to the right, but the camera doesn't move far enough for you to see what it is. Sure, you know what? I'm just gonna push my way through and fight. No! Horatio! That's a lot of them. Glob of wet hair. Didn't I get like some water or something at some point that I could use to put out an ally? Remember. Poor Horatio. About to lose Horatio. Dangerous one. Hot damage, sleep damage, sleep damage. Look at the hot. Squirt. Right. Works. Wrench smacking. No, Molly. I really need a healer. At least she took out one of the ranges. No, my sleaze. Horatio, no! Let it be. Let's see, the dangerous one is. Can't do what she was planning to do. Okay. Gonna take her out. Oh no, I didn't throw the rock first. I will. Shoot. That is not what you were supposed to do. No, I'm not dead yet. Okay. Throw the rock at her. Sleaze gun her. Got more face grease. Excellent. Welding mask. Hey, what does this do? Hot and physical armor. This mask will protect your face from being burned while you're welding or kissing candles. Why would you want to kiss a candle? But sure. Let's equip it. A picked apart truck. A muscular woman with flaming red hair is sitting on a throne made out of welded together wrenches and glaring at you. I feel like this is going to be some Game of Thrones reference, but I don't know. The woman gives you the slow, traditional, sarcastic clap as you step forward. Nice entrance. Thanks, nice chair. Who the hell are you? Introduce myself politely. I'm Tony Turner. Nice to meet you. You are? Well, ain't you sweet. I'm Big Liz. Big Liz Studebaker. I'm the boss of this game. Makes sense. Now, considering that you just busted into my scrapyard and beat up some of my girls, plus however many on the way, I figure you got something on your mind. So, what is it? I want your gang to stop attacking me in the street. The girls do get a bit about rowdy. Sorry about that. I'll tell you what, you got this far, and my girls ain't no slouches. That worth some respect, so I'll grant you a boon. Boon? Like a favor? Yeah, within reason. I don't know, this isn't some kind of trick. It's no trick, you can trust me, because I'm sitting on the crescent throne, and that means everything I say is automatically true. What? Oh, what? Wait. Yeah, kinda, yeah. We're real into hierarchy and chain of command around. Anyway. What if you say you have a million meat? What? What if you say black is white? It isn't magic, it's just... Look, being part of a good leader is not trying to use your powers in stupid ways. Oh. Anyway, you get one wish. What'll it be? More. You cannot ask for more wishes. I wish for prizes, to fight you, sit in your chair. Wish for you to call off your girls. I've got enough problems without dealing with lady hooligans trying to put me up on cinder blocks. Alright. From now on, the Tin Lizzies have officially got a non-aggression pact with Toby Turner, and considering the fight you put up already, I don't think that'll be hard to enforce. Great, thanks. What's in here? An old school blacksmith's anvil. This must be where they work on the really vintage cars. This car has not been noticeably chopped up yet. Doors are locked. I can jimmy the lock with a wire coat hanger. It's meat! We are out! Leave the chop shop? Chop chop. Let's go to the Eerie House, because that's new. In Ocean City back alley, you find some strange graffiti. An unsolved long division problem. I have the mysticality to solve it. Solving. Make short work of it. Belong. It seems like a pretty normal house in a pretty nice neighborhood, but there's something odd about it. Some sort of uncomfortable energy that makes the hair stand on the back of your neck stand up. Maybe it's something to do with that weird droning tone you hear coming from inside. A pained inhuman moan constantly rising in pitch. Maybe that's it, yeah. This is something involving the consuming shadow. You knock but hear no response, so you lose your way in. That eerie sound is even louder in here. It seems to be coming from upstairs. Also, the owner's interior design sensibilities are a little strange. Okay, so it's all music. Tea time was a long time ago. There's nothing left here but stains. It's a day stand, haha. A bunch of books about music theory. Even the most basic one would be totally beyond you. I don't know about that. A dusty, disused chess set. Plate rack is a statement piece, and that statement is, I have too many plates. A shelf full of trophies of from music competitions. Backup plates. Cabinets full of sheet music. Examine one of the pieces. You pull out a sheet, but it's all in German. Und kannst speak dein Deutsch sprechen. Sure. Alignment. This is the guy playing music. A tired-looking man is playing a cello here. What? Who are you? Why are you in my house? Sorry for intruding, but I heard the music, and I guess I have an intrusive nature. My name's Toby Turner. Well, I'm Ernst Zimmer. Forgive me for not stopping, but it is vital that I continue playing. What are you doing? There's a darkness beneath my house. Did you check the fuse box? No, it's probably that then. Listen to me! I had a dream, a premonition of a dark rift appearing in my basement, growing until it swallowed the entire house, and then the neighborhood, and then the world. Wow, that was quite a dream. It was not just a dream. I went downstairs and checked the basement, and there is indeed a rift. As of now, it is still small. I must keep playing this cello to prevent it from growing any larger. How does playing the cello help? The bass vibration reverberates downward and is focused by the circle of furniture downstairs. This resonance inhibits the rift. Huh, I don't really get it, but okay. Are you a physicist or something? No, I'm only a cellist. I cannot explain how I knew this would work. Okay. Do you mind if I have a look at this rift? Very well, I cannot blame you for wanting to see with your own eyes. You'll have to reach into my pocket and take the key to the basement as I require both hands to play. Please do not get too close to the rift. Okay, so this is, this is a reference to that Lovecraft game. What was the name of the... There was a dev diary done by Yahtzee Croshaw on that specific story of the viol from space stopped the rift. This must be where Zimmer keeps all his rubble. Okay. Boxes of moldy sheet music. Everything on this shelf has either evaporated or expired. Let's get too close to this rift. Oh, it's your funeral, if there's any of you left to have a funeral with. On closer inspection, it seems much less of a rift and more of a black pool of some thick, tar-like substance. Where did it come from? The only thing nearby is a shelf of basement junk. Bottom shelf. Nothing except for some jam jars. Dust. Draw a smiley face in the dust. Congratulations on expressing your creativity in a way that nobody will ever know, except for you. You'll know. This shelf has a box labeled Things. It's full of little screws, rubber bands, and stuff like that. Looks like when Zimmer's kitchen junk drawer gets too full, he just dumps it in here. Since you're already looking, you sift through it for a second and find a fuse that still looks good, and Zimmer won't mind or even know if you pocket it. Check the top shelf. The top shelf has a few old tins of varnish and a big bucket of tar. As you watch, the tar slowly leaks out of a hole in the bottom of the bucket and plops into the puddle below. There you go, mystery solved. Aha. I need to look this up. What was that? There it is. The Life of Eric Zahn. That was the name of the game. Yahtzee Crosshaw's game based on that Lovecraftian story. Life of Eric Zahn. You have to play the violin. You're up all night playing the violin. Save the world. That's what this guy is doing. It's in the original book. It was pointed out that while in his game you're playing a violin, in the original story it was a viol, which is like a cello. Still at it? Yes. I figured it out. Figured it out? What do you mean? That black rift in your basement isn't a rift at all. It's just a puddle created by a leaking bucket of tar. Tar? Oh my goodness, this is mortifying. You've been such a fool. Don't be so hard on yourself. It was a pretty spooky coincidence after all. Well, at least I can stop playing this cello. I'm exhausted. Go ahead and rest. Don't worry, everything's fine. Poor guy. Getting pretty nervous about the whole situation. Hi, Ernst. Uh-oh. Maybe convincing Zimmer to stop playing his cello wasn't such a good idea after all. Every one of these moldering books is titled Blood. It would appear that two ghosts are playing a very spirited, haha, game of chess. The day stand has become a nightstand. Oh! Okay, this chair is frighteningly non-right side up. This chair seems to be having a hard time remaining stationary. A viscous black sludge bubbles in the teapot. Take some. Bubbling black sludge. Fish! Fish in the teapot, because why not? The world is full of vapors. Most of them are benign, but some of them are terrifying. The terrifying. That eldritch mist out. The chair is barely there. Moths have eaten all the contents and most of the container. That was backup plates, though. A shelf of trophies from murder competitions. The table has slipped the surly bonds of the floor. Pull out a sheet. It's in the table, albeit and no spiel makes Ernst a dull boy. Okay, this chair is whisper. Sit in me. Do it. Sit in the chair for a few minutes and nothing bad happens. Apparently it was all bark and no bite. This is this door has seen better jams. Oh, jeez, that sure is a dark rift in space over there, just like Zimmer was afraid of. Looks like the tar was just a coincidence, unless it was magic tar or something? But it probably wasn't magic shadow tar. Oh, nuts. Alright, well, we're the paranormal detective. Time to go lose our brains. A big hole in here. Step through. Really? Yes. You find yourself in an infinite black void. Well, it looks like an infinite black void, but you have the uneasy feeling that your brain is only showing you an infinite black void because it doesn't want to try to process what this whole place really looks like. Weird feeling. Look around. Drumming spike of mega energy. Dampen it. Dampen it. Dampen it. Dampen. It. Dampen. Hello, sir. The creature is built more or less like a large muscular person. It built a large muscular person out of some kind of writhing black ooze and or smoke and or just plain raw darkness. It has a fist-sized glowing crystal in its chest, about where its sternum would be. As you draw near, you can feel it radiating invisible waves of energy, kind of like heat coming off of a radiator, except also the opposite of that. It's also not related to that at all. Look, incomprehensible forces are tricky to describe, okay? The creature shambles back and forth, waving its arms in a way that almost looks like dancing or praying, or maybe just absent-minded flailing. It seems oblivious to your presence, although that will probably change pretty quickly if you try to enter. Like, say, if you try to pry the glowing crystal out of its chest. Size it up. The creature looks a fair bit weaker than it did when you came in. Okay. Approach the shambling shadow beast, which continues to shamble. The crystal in its chest sparkles importantly at you. The creature looks extremely weak, almost docile. Pry out the crystal! Make a quick grab for the crystal, but it's firmly lodged in the creature's chest. The creature howls, and its long arms spindly flail. And its long, spindly arms flail ineffectually. Barely cognizant of your actions, plunge your hands as you. Barely cognizant of your actions, plunge your hands into murky flesh, fingers twisting through the lukewarm tar until they find ribs, grinding your teeth, forcing the cage open, creaking and cracking, snapping like dry branches. You grab your prize and tear it free of the muck. The creature evaporates in a sigh of smoke. The crystal is both warm and cold in your hands, and a slight buzzing vibration. Let's take it with... Yes, something tells you that this crystal is very important, as well as being really shiny and a rift crystal. It occurs to you that taking the weird crystal out of here might be a bad idea. On the other hand, it's yours now, and you prefer to keep it. Smash the crystal. Pull a hammer out of your inventory, or if you don't actually have a hammer, whatever object would be hammer adjacent. Give the crystal a solid thwack. It makes it sound like a baby being torn in half and bursts into glittering shards that shoot off into the darkness. Immediately you feel, well, I was going to say a massive earthquake, but since you aren't standing on the ground, you wouldn't feel that. It's more of an everything. Probably get out of here. Uh-oh. You dive back through the rift just before it collapses slash vanishes slash heals. Thankfully, you find yourself back in Ernst Zimmer's basement, and not some kind of horrible between dimensions purgatory. You run upstairs to tell Ernst the good news. Hello, Ernst. Hello. I fixed it. I closed the rift. You did? That's wonderful. I owe you my life, and probably also my house's life. Here, take this cello. I have no further need of it, and to be frank with you, the thought of ever playing it again only pains me. Wow. Thanks. That did. Deals your muscle plus 3 physical damage. Well, it's technically Turner's cello. You have no idea how to play the cello, but you do know how to swing a great big club. Yeah, but that's a strength. Stick with see weapons. Oh, I can't help but notice that everything looks better now. Just a puddle of old tar. Fish! A gob of tar. Tar puddle is too empty to fish in. This, yep, still German. Alright. Wander around for a little bit. Oh, it's a salesman. Encounter a man carrying a medium-sized piece of luggage. Not brief enough to be called a briefcase, but not unsuitable as a suitcase for more than 2 suits. Hello there, friend. You look like someone who appreciates a fine pair of pants. Do I? What does that even look like? Astute, discerning, even dare as I say, perspicacious. I have never met anyone who dared to say that word before. Listen, I've got a pair of pants here that is gonna knock your socks off. What? He opens up his case and pulls out a pair of slacks that are oddly stiff and shiny. Feast your eyes on these babies. What's up with them? Waxed, guaranteed grease-proof, and they're yours for only 20 meat. Sure, take it. Got waxed slacks. Alright, let's head on back to Plunkett Street. Some amateur wit has pinned a mild bon mot inside of a bathroom stall. You smile, but do make it better. Now that'll get the bathroom goers roaring. Sure. Alright, let's take the bus somewhere. Crystal Dream Awake. Chapter 2, Spooky Forest. Oh, hello, sir. Lighthouse keeper, presumably. Excuse me, are you the lighthouse keeper? Sorry to bother you. My name's Tony Turner. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Okay, I just ain't talked out loud in a while. I get rusty. I see. Lighthouse keeping's a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't mind it, though. Ain't exactly a peaceful person. What can I do for you? What does a lighthouse keeper actually do? Well, used to be I had a light lamp every sundown and then douse it again on sunrise to save on fuel. Used to be? When it was an oil lamp, we got a hookup on the electrical grid a couple of years ago, so now I just leave it on all the time. About all I have to do now is change the bulb once in a while. Sounds very peaceful. That is nice and quiet and plenty of time on my hands. You must have a bunch of bodies. Yeah. Got a book and a whittling knife and plenty of middle distance to stare in. How do you get into this line of... Oh, my family's always been lighthouse keepers on both sides. Ma and Pa kept lighthouses within sight of each other. Used to wink the lights back and forth once in a while. Oh, that's kind of romantic. You know, I never did find out how I was actually born. What? Anyway, was there something you needed? You seen an old compass around? The directions kind or the circles kind? Direction. I got an old one I picked up at an estate sale about, 20 odd years ago, I reckon. I'd show it to you, but it's upstairs and the lighthouse is flooded. Flooded? Oh yeah, filled right to the top. Have a look through the window there and you might see a fish pass by. How'd that even happen? Pump broke? No, I mean, how does a lighthouse just fill up with water? We aren't even below sea level here. Something to do with the tides, I reckon. This is a lake! Anyhow, I need a Glaxton valve to fix the pump. The hardware store down the road appears time to help out. Alright. Through the window, you can see the lighthouse tower is entirely filled with water. The lighthouse keeper has put a little cork in the keyhole. It's an arcane oven. Do some cooking! Basic foods. Check the mirror. Hi. Hey there. Okay. I oughta freak out. Close your eyes. Go back to them. You can use these to change your expression. Book sits on the table. War and Peace, huh? That's a hefty one. Find the bookmark now. Oh, of course. Oh, looks like you get started. Been reading it about 5.5 years. The bookmark is still chapter 1. I just about got into the last sentence of it. I've been reading one word every day. War and Peace is almost 600,000 words long. Yeah, and don't tell me how it ends. I won't. Oh my, I have heard stories of how that is an almost impossible book to get through. Some kind of funky pump contraption. Light out from this house? Yes. Over to the hardware store. Oh, we follow the road on the map. Interesting. Molly points out a sign posted at a fork in the trail. Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Ooh, witches! Let's go check it out. Like that kind of spooky stuff? It's the berries! Gets the blood pumping, you know? Well, if they have a haunted house, you have to promise not to shoot any of the actors. No promises! Check that out later. Check that out on the way back. After a short hike, you find a hardware store nestled in the sparse woods surrounding the lake. It's the very model of a down-home country hardware store, except it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front chewing the fat. Maybe it's their day off, or maybe they ran out of fat. This looks almost exactly like everything in West of Loathing. I love it. Barrel of rusty nuts and bolts in case you want to buy some garbage, I guess. This barrel has a joke price tag on it. 10,000 meat. You don't understand the purpose of any of these tools. Yeah, nope, sure don't. The shelf is labeled ineffective pesticides. Paints in all of this season's trendiest patented colors, such as olive blue, pumpkin beige, and clementine brown. Yeah. The proprietor, I presume. You're the proprietor, I presume. Yeah, welcome to Hardware Valley, best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Why is that? Because it's the only hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Been a long time since I got to use that joke. Don't get many new customers. Or new jokes. What can I do for you? Ask about a valve. I need a valve pump for the lighthouse keeper. Oh, sure. What kind do you need? It was a Glaxton. He's having trouble with his hydroelectric power plant? Something else. Something else. There it is, Glaxton. Laxton valve? Well, shucks, I stopped making those things nearly a decade ago. I guess there's a slight chance there's still one in the back room. Ain't been back there since the termites got at that inventory, or maybe after it flooded. Anyway, it's a real biblical-style disaster, but here, I'll unlock the door for you, so you can take a look around. If you can find a Glaxton valve in that mess, you're welcome to. Thanks. Mind your step in. What do you have for sale? What do you have for sale? There we go. Cooking with power tools. This book's thesis is that there isn't really much of a difference between a kitchen mixer and an electric grill. Garrett's combat skill, the Stilton Splatter. Deal 3 sleaze damage to 3 different enemies. Might just take that. Used plunger deals your muscle plus 3 stench damage. For people who value their toes a lot more than they value the rest of their feet, people will hear you coming. Gotta get this just to hear what that's like. We have 2 already. A reliable, if expendable, source of very small amount of fire. Allows various electrical circuits to work properly. Alright, I'll get this book. Get that. Alright. Let's read! Read the book and memorized some of its sloppier techniques. There's an appendix full of advanced recipes you could memorize if you really put your mind to it. If you do, Stilton Splatter will hit 2 additional targets. Let's study it. Memorize the messiest recipes the book has to offer. Speaking of messy, you carelessly drop the book into a nearby pile of trash. Alright, let's see what this does. It sounds like I'm walking on barrels. Things like this. Nice man, ask him for candy. Hey, you got any candy? Why, sure, here you go. He pulls out a piece of hard candy out of a jar onto the counter and hands it to me. Thanks. Increases my physical armor by 3. Cool. What's this? Something's wrong with the door in a way that termites and flooding doesn't readily explain. How much of a door has to be gone before it doesn't count as a door anymore? Boxes would be perfect for storing a collection of mildewed clothes. Seepage has caused this concrete to become set in its ways. Blow its mind! You open the concrete's mind to the wonders of the world. It feels stronger and more capable now. A powerful grit. Even though it's just an inert powder, you're still pretty sure it's going to bully you. It's a good thing you don't care about what month it is, because this calendar is worthless. The shelf is empty, but even the emptiness is somehow dirty. Alright, well, alright, here we go. More void terrifies. Step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurch in your stomach, and a burst of, this was a bad idea in your mind. Like when you hit the first drop on a traveling carnival's rustily, hastily assembled roller coaster. After a moment, when the feeling has subsided enough, you open your eyes and look. It looks like you're still in the same place you were, except someone came in and cleaned everything up while you weren't looking? It's a workbench covered in tools. Make some stuff. Fancy combat items. Ice bomb. Good. Box is neatly labeled. Neatly organized hardware that definitely hasn't been destroyed yet. There's a 1917 calendar on the wall by the desk. It looks brand new. As you leave the storeroom, the shopkeeper spins around and you both stare at each other in surprise. You because the shopkeeper looks quite a bit younger than he did when you walked in there. Him because, hey now, what the heck were you doing in my back room? And how'd you get back there without me seeing you? I'm the termite inspector. I didn't call for a termite inspector. No, I do surprise inspections so the termites won't find out in advance. How'd you get past me? very good at my job. Huh. I don't expect you found any termites. I make my own custom pesticide. Yes, it seems pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up check later, though. That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move stuff around too much. I like to keep it tidy, man. No problem. Outhouse rentals? Still don't understand them and never will. The shelf is laden with dangerous pesticides that you're pretty sure were banned years ago. Paints in all this season's most popular colors, such as plain purple, classic gray, and regular yellow. Gleaming nuts and bolts. The sign on this barrel says, "Not for sale." There we go. Well, shucks, nobody's ever asked to justify that claim before. Is it because it's the only hardware store in the valley? Oh, that's a good one. I have to remember that. Sure you will. What can I do for you? Ask about you're renting out houses? I mean, you're renting out outhouses? Yeah, at least I was. Now that indoor plumbing's starting to get popular, there's no market for me. Just got the one left, and after that, I'm calling it quits and putting up new ones. I'd like to buy one of those new Blackston valves. Oh, sorry, government fellas bought my entire stock. What? Yeah, for the big dam they're building. I can order you one, though. How long will it take? 6 to 8 weeks? Would you mind holding on to it for me if I'm not back right away? Oh, sure, that's no problem. How long you figure? 11 years? What? No, forget how I said that's not a problem. Well, nuts. Listen, I can tell you, they bought a heap more Glaxton valves than they're gonna need for that dam. If you go up to the worksite, you might get the foreman to sell you one of their spares. Here is it. Southeast end of the valley. You got a map? Well, I got a postcard. Crystal Dream Lake? I never heard of that. But it's got a little piece of the picture of a dam on it there. See? That's about the same place relative to here. Okay, great. Thanks. Anything else I can do here? Can I buy anything else from it? I rent the last one? Ah, yeah, sure. It'll be 200 meat up front, the installation, and half that each month afterward for maintenance. What maintenance do you do? I dump some powdered lime down the hole and clean out the ventilation pipes and check for splinters. And once the pit starts to get full, I'll move the outhouse over a couple of yards and dig you a new one. Plus, you get a free subscription to the local newspaper. Sure, I'll pay. Great, where do you want me to put it? Sandwich Museum. They've already got a pretty state-of-the-art toilet facility up there, but, well, never hurts to have a backup, I suppose. Alrighty, I'll get the pit dug tomorrow and have the outhouse finished the day after. What else can I do for you? Let's just leave. I feel like I'm going to be coming back here. Andy, you know that I do, but you also know I just gave you some. Don't be greedy. Okay, fine. Right, let's go to that, let's go to the dam. Uh-oh. Two things, which are hard to describe, but let's say they're more or less like smoking holes in space, in which you can see the faint, distant light of distant and dying stars, float up to you with an air of menace. The two orbs squint at you, and Dark Noel's voice echoes in your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch. Well, well, if it isn't my favorite holiday party, Crasher. Perhaps I need to be more explicit about the fact that you weren't invited? I don't really get the holiday thing. It's like, I like Crimbo, okay? It's my thing, and I'm sticking. Must have had a weird childhood. That's none of your business, and neither is the rest of this investigation or whatever you think you're doing. You need to learn to keep your nose out of people's affairs. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about keeping your nose out of my affairs? What a disagreeable little urchin you are. Do you know what naughty little children find in their Crimbo stockings? Yeah, a nutcracker. What? I don't... You signal Molly, who yanks on the loose end of a rope tied to a nearby tree, The impromptu deadfall trap the two of you set up earlier drops a large wooden log directly on the orbs with a crash. Arg, that's it. You're on the very naughty list now. Next time we meet, I'm really going to deck your halls. Black orbs vanish in little puffs of smoke. La 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 lodge. This is what do you call it is huge. There's a lot of lake water in this pipe. Go fishing! Got a fish in a sack. More fish in sacks. I keep fishing. Looks like I caught everything that was here. Oh. This pump has a Glaxton valve on it. Drain pipe has some nasty goo coming. This pump. Hobo code. This code reads, meat hidden in pipe. Ooh, you reach into the pipe and snag concealed and congealed wealth. 150. Another one of those time doors. Let's hope that repeated exposure to these isn't going to give your ancestors cancer. Team Bros door delivery. Door is being delivered. Come up and go through. Careless dam workers abandoned a toolbox here. Boss, it's my gain. 11-in-1 oil and some other stuff. I guess it would stand to reason that a structure this big would need more than one truck's worth of concrete. This one is. Pipe shoes. Got pipe shoes. This is probably not what they meant to order. Helps you get around. Let's equip them. Hey, Noel says nobody who ain't on the crew is allowed on the site. Noel? Yeah, Noel, the foreman. Noel White. Oh, jeez. Man clutches his stomach. You alright? Just starving is all. The rest of the crew went to lunch, but somebody had to stay here and keep all the rubberneckers and looky-loos off the site. I drew the short pants. Short pants? You mean straw? No, we've got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleaned out a nest of fairies. I see. Can I have them? No, because then we'd have no way of picking who stands guard. Oh man, I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I gotta turn inside out. What about the table over there that says lunch? There's a reason everybody else left the site to eat, pal. You don't want to eat what Noel considers lunch. How bad could it be? Is it jellied eels or something? Man, I'd kill for a jelly eel. Noel brings these sandwiches that are just a bunch of peppermint sticks between 2 bland sugar cookies. You can get a stomachache just watching someone else eat one. Blech. That sounds awful. That's because it is awful. He clutches his stomach and mumbles. Offer him something to eat. Homemade cookie. Oh, wow, thank you. Okay, he's getting some pears. He's getting a little less hungry and a little more relaxed. Have some burnt toast. If you had to describe his current mood, you'd say he's probably 60% hungry, 60% sleepy, 40% hungry. You'd consider offering him something to eat, but you don't have any. This truck is heavier than a regular truck. Fish. Nah, you don't want to get your hooks stuck. Alright, let's see if we can find some more. Go to this museum and see if maybe they have somewhere that has food. A huge rotten log is blocking your path with woods. I mean, well, not blocking per se, it's just a log. It isn't infinitely long right now. You can go around, it just, you know, interrupted you? You know what I mean? Anyway, there's a big rotten log here. Investigate. You go around the other side of the log and discover the shadier, damper side of it is covered in big weird mushrooms. Neat or gross, depending on how you feel on mushrooms. Grab a big handful of fungus. Grab a large mushroom with both hands and pluck it off the log. It blinks 2 little beady eyes at you and waves 2 little arms in a thoroughly upset manner. You drop it on the ground, a second mushroom stands up, making angry noises. Then as you start to back away, you hear a sort of harumph noise behind you, and turn to see a third, much larger mushroom cracking its knuckles at you. Run away! Fortunately, these mushrooms are not fast enough to stop you from beating a hasty retreat. I mean, they're mushrooms. A fast mushroom would be really unexpected and really terrifying. Phew. Okay. This outhouse has another one of those portals in it, because it's apparently impossible for us to make a game that doesn't include a blatant Day of the Tentacle reference. The village of the Sandwich was a home to a terrifying witch cult until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in the witch trials in 1692, and the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. Museum and gift shop. Hetty is staring glumly at the dish, shelves labeled with identical jars of off-white stuff. Sandwich cream? Condiment purports to be the perfect topping for any sandwich, but the ingredient list suggests it's just old congealed rubbing paper. Make rubbings of historical graves and such like that. Thanks to advancements in rubbing technology, you don't need any charcoal or anything. That's a quest item. Grab a handful. Almost out of money. Let's sell some of those fish in the sack. Fish in the sack. I want to hang on to. Let's see, a sword leaf. Sword leaf sword. Moxie +2 physical. Oh wait, that's a Moxie bait. Tentacle skin hatband. Handgun's tail. I want that. Mind. I'll sell one of those. Sell that one. So, stick. Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of the sandwich cream that was the village chief's export? Putnam House, which particularly burned down under extremely witchy circumstances. There's an antique rag doll on display here. This rag doll has a bunch of old pins and needles stuck into it, and for some reason has the word boring embroidered on its front. A little plaque on the front of the plinth says, witches frequently use special dolls called poppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target a Mrs. or Miss Boring, though no one of that name is listed in the town records. And then in teeny text at the bottom of the plaque, pins were not found with the puppet but were added for demonstration purposes. Plinth has an old book. It appears to be someone's diary. Oh yeah, the little description on the front of the plinth says Diary of Delilah Putnam. That confirms that. Mostly it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering the archaic handwriting and spelling, so you flip to the last page. 6th of March, 1692. Ugh, I hate that Peter Proctor so much! He thinks he can just go around being mean as he wants to everyone just because he has lots of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have used a much stronger curse. It would have been worth the trouble. Security guard is keeping a close eye on things here, which honestly isn't too difficult since there's only 2. Hi there. Hello and welcome to the Putnam House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Excuse me, sorry sir, I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Oh, guess that one. Everything in this house was destroyed by fire, except these 2 objects which were found concealed inside a metal box. We actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat in. Fish! I caught some meat! Continue fishing! More meat! Yes! All the meat! You reel in some cash. Looks like you've caught everything here. This trough may have been used to bathe human sacrifices before the ceremony. We don't have any evidence of that, but it seems possible. It's a horse trough. Actually, it's a water trough. I don't know why I said that other thing. Fish! You reel in a pair of old shoes. I got some saddle shoes. I caught a pump bass. Chuck it into my fish sack, why not? Caught one meat. How'd that even get on the hook? Got everything here. Alright, it's time for some new shoes. They're called saddle shoes because, like a saddle, they're worn directly underneath the butt. What? No thanks, I don't want that one. I don't want those. Where's the pipe back? They make weird, annoying sounds, but at least, I don't look like I have ringworms. In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed in the witch trials that were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old signpost denouncing one such trial. The sign is written in a rough block wax. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands accused. The rest of the sign is too weathered and decayed to read. An old dilapidated church altar. There are some brown splotches on the corner that could possibly be bloodstained. The altar where the town's witches perform their horrifying sacrifices. Note the bloodstains. Sandwich gazebo. Vagrants not welcome. That's not. This little cemetery leads to a little cemetery behind the church. Check it out. Beatrice Proctor. Elisha Proctor. Nicholas Proctor, 1656 beat 1886. What the heck? He lived to be 230 years old? Abigail Proctor. Peter Proctor. He was a duty head until the very end. Proctor, our founder. Hey, Hobo Code. The code reads, Hollow Tombstone, possible treasure. Check the inside of the stone, and indeed, there is some treasure. Got Satchel's lucky hat. Extra meat drops. This thing has a solid gold hat band, and there's a tag that says, Property of Satchel Duggins, but help yourself if you find it in a hollow tombstone or something. Ah, yes. There's all the Putnams who all died in 1692. Welcome to the Sandwich Graveyard. Please be respectful of the graves. Also check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of 1692. Danforths. The Danforths, the Putnams, literally everyone except for the founding family. Oh no, this one, Abigail, died in 1692. Peter died in 1692 as well. He apparently lived to be 230 years old. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the entire village. Sandwich boasted the county's first tripart outhouse. Please do not attempt to use it. It is very, very old. More modern convenience has been provided for your modern convenience. Avail yourself to it. Huh, all three doors go to the same place. This facility has 3 sinks. 1 toilet, 0 privacy. Flush it! Hooray! Traces of strange plant matter in these tubs prove they were used for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. You look in the tub, but don't see any identifiable traces of plant matter. Guess you'll have to take the sign's word for it. This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for all good-hearted people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. Dried fronds are of no historical significance. This Araz appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line, though due to the low resolution of the embroidery used at the time, it's impossible to discern exactly who. It has been pointed out to us that this Arras is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of the Pas-de-Calais department of northern France, and therefore it is merely a sparkling tapestry. According to the county record, these were the most expensive stairs in the country. They go up a full 1.5 floors. Go up to the 2.5 floor? The upstairs rooms are off limits while we catalog the contents. Please pardon our dust. This bedroom was traditionally given to servants, as it was felt by the proctors that it would be less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairwell. Mrs. Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits when we figure out how to deal with the strange mold we found behind the wallpaper. Mr. Proctor's bedroom, home to the county's most extensive collection of caravans. This was the bedroom of Peter Proctor, the only child of Nicholas and Abigail Proctor. This was the Proctor's spare room, where they kept spares of all the expensive things they owned. This room is not part of the tour, and it's also not part of the house. What? Alright, I guess now we take the portal. These stairs keep going up until they hit the wall. Seems like rich people just always have weird taste. That would be very irritating. I'd have to mantle the hand railing just to take the stairs. Flush myself through. Hi there! Somebody led this horse to water, but this horse is just finishing the job itself. A water trough fulfilling its destiny of hydrating a horse. Go, ye fish! Better not, you might accidentally give a horse lip piercing. Who even knows how long it'll be before those are fashioned? Well, well, fish and well. Fished up a little bit of currency. Okay. Meat on a hook. Ooh, looks like we've caught everything there was here. Sandwich gazebo. Vagrant's not welcome. That's not very friendly. Vandalize it. You look around to make sure no one's watching and scratch the knot off the sign. Take that, authority. If you like this tub of daisies, I have good news. There are 2 others just like it. Leads down to a root cellar. State-of-the-art toilet facility. Poke your head inside. There's some graffiti scratched on the wall. Peter Proctor is a stinky duty head. Make a rubbing of it. Make a copy of the graffiti-o for your records. Looks like this chessboard was abandoned mid-game. Make a move. You consider the board for a moment, then make a move. Now white is winning. Too bad, black. Excuse me, can I help you with something? No thanks, I'm fine. What I'm getting at is why are you in your house? Oh, I'm just looking around. Look, I'm not being inhospitable to uninvited guests, speaking of strangers, but I do have company of them. So if you'll excuse... I'll just take my singing self this way. 1691, 1689, 1644. Oh, most of the place is alive right now. This discarded newspaper says that it's March 3rd, 1692. That's a few days before the last entry in that diary from the Putnam. Oh, hello, come right in. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to intrude. No, not at all. I'm always glad to have visitors when my husband is out riding the circuit. My name's Toady Turner. A pleasure, I'm Teresa Danforth. Enter. Bunch of barrels. No secret passage. There's zero reason for you to expect there to be one. Handmade bed, which has been made, presumably also by hand. A nice clean wash basin, as one would hope it would be. Fish! Handful of clean water. Not much sign of potion brewing here, unless tea counts. What an unusual outfit. Whereabouts are you from? I guess you could say I'm from Ocean City. Oh, the big city? That must be much more exciting than our little village. Ah, don't sell the place short. The city is much more modern, that is. You said your husband is out riding the circuit? He's a judge for the county. Most of the little towns out this way are too small to have their own courthouse and judge, so they just save up their legal matters and clearance rides around to settle things once a month or so. That must take a while. Does he get lonely while he's away? Oh, our boy Tom and I keep each other well enough. What's with all the barrels? We won a year's supply of cream at the last county fair. Didn't expect them to give it to us all at once. None of us even particularly care for cream. Do you care for a little full? Or even a whole barrel? No thanks, I'm good. Husband still out riding the circuit? Indeed, Clarence will be gone for many days. But we keep each other. Right? Who is she? The Danforths. Okay, so the Danforths were ones that were, were all in the cemetery. The door to this house is locked. If only you had some way to unlock things that are locked. This. The sign is written in crayon. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands accused of stealing Tom Danforth's pocket watch, making a dumb-looking doll, and writing Peter Proctor is a stinky rude word head on the wall of the outhouse. Huh. Regular church altar. One of the kids has left a gloopy jam sandwich lying in the corner. A group of 3 kids is gathered around a little girl holding an odd doll. Order! Order! Come on, if we're gonna have a trial, we've gotta do it properly. I don't see we gotta have a dumb old trial anyway. We all know she's guilty. I didn't do anything. Why are you so mean to me? Because you're weird and an outsider. I only live half a mile down the road. I was born here. Yeah, but your family's outsiders. Your father wasn't born here. My family's been here for like 60 generations. Closer to 4, actually, but the larger point stands. Little girl bursts into tears. Hey, kids, what's going on here? Huh? Who are you? I've never seen you around here before. My name's Tony. I'm a traveler. Well, we're having a trial for that crybaby Patricia. I'm Tom the judge, and that's Delilah the jury, and Peter's the executioner. Executioner? Holy jeez, kid. Well, we're not gonna literally execute her, probably. My pa says you shouldn't decide on the punishment until after the conviction. Uh-huh. Well, how's it going? Not great. Patricia just keeps crying instead of presenting any kind of proper defense. I see. Mister, would you be my attorney? Attorney. You be my attorney? Well, that's a good idea, actually. Then you can present the case and she can cry as much as she wants. How's she gonna pay for it? My father ain't gonna lend attorney fees to some slanderizing crybaby. I guess I'll do it pro bono. So, what's the trial about? The defendant stands accused of 3 crimes. Stealing Tom Danforth's, that is, my, gold pocket watch, defacing the public outhouse with a very rude slogan about Peter Proctor, and making a weird doll. Because I didn't do any of those things. You got that doll right there. Look, it's got 3 arms. That's weird. But it was regular when I made it. Okay, what do I need to do? Well, we're at the part of the trial where the defense would submit evidence that contradicts one of the charges. What were the charges again? Patricia is accused of stealing my pocket watch, vandalizing the outhouse, and making a weird asymmetrical 3-armed doll. I promise I didn't. Promises don't count in a court of law. You've got to prove it. It's okay, Patricia. I've got this. I'll be right back. You can't just leave in the middle of a trial. Yeah, but what if I have to go? That's what I'm saying. You can't. No, but what if I have to go, you know? Well, look, kid, I can't just unload in the middle of the church. I can suspend the trial for a short recess. Hey. Doors are locked with an expensive German combination lock requiring a 5-letter. Nope. Oh well, those roots are probably sour anyway. Well, let's try this. Okay, I don't know what the word is I'm trying to make here, but this is not even fully alphabetical. It's an arrest depicting several heiresses. You hide behind the arras, hoping the proctors aren't genealogically Danish. Fortunately, Mrs. Proctor doesn't seem to have noticed your move. Her conversation gradually returns to a less hushed and more easily eavesdroppable volume. Did I mention we've been picking out some new furniture for the bedrooms? Oh, really? Yes, bureaus, armoires, and such. I've found such a delightful little nightstand for Peter's room. It even has a secret compartment in it for when he's older and needs to hide sinful lithographs from us. How charming! Thing? Okay, so Mrs. Proctor shoots you a stern look. Fortunately, she's too genteel just to throw you the heck out of her house. She returns to her conversation, though at a level too hushed for... Hide behind it again. Make a move. Okay. Black is winning. White is winning. Alright, Sandwich gazebo. Vagrants welcome. Gazebo I can use? Nope. Huh. Can you help with anything? I ran into Tom at the church, playing with the other kids. He seems like a real smart cookie. Oh my, yes, he takes after his father. Always got his nose in a book. It'd be nice if they got to spend more time together, but the pocket watch Clarence got Tom for his birthday has helped. Pocket watch? Yes, a fine gold pocket watch to help keep track of when he'd be back, Clarence said. Tom really cherishes it. You know, the boy said he wants to be buried with that watch? Buried with it? Haha. Husband still out riding the circuit? Okay, I know what to do. Go here. Oh, hey, who's this? Looks like the change you made to the sign had an effect. There's a hobo hanging out here eating sandwich cream right out of the jar. Hi there, enjoying that sandwich cream? Sure am. I can't get enough of that stuff. Probably why they call me Creamy Steve. Probably, yeah. Best sandwich cream in the tri-state area right here. It's a traditional recipe. Ask him about hobo code. Sure, I know 2 words. Is one of them cream? Yep, and the other one is here. Going about the hobo camp. You know there's a hobo camp by Ocean City. I bet they'd be interested in this cream. Oh, huh? You think so? I'd love to share this with some other like-minded individuals. Sure, you could set up an extremely specific trade route. Sold. Alright. Thanks to you. Yes. You look in the tub and wonder what a magic potion of daisies would do. Make someone... nice? Wait a minute. Didn't this house have a cellar? We don't have a shovel. I need a shovel. You sell shovels? You only sell sandwich cream. Does the hardware store sell any shovels? Oh. Aw, nuts. Hold the line. I stepped in some kind of weird mushrooms. Spores all over my good dancing shoes, for crying out loud. Dancing as in actual dancing, or as in a back alley shootout? Why'd I want a different pair for each? They ain't that dissimilar. Rips the spores off her high heels with a leaf and hands it to you, though, as though you'll know what to do with it. Fragrant spores. Handful of mushroom spores with visible aroma lines wafting. Hello, sir. Do you carry shovels? He does not. Okay. Go to the ocean lake. Does he carry shovels? Seeing no shovels. This is not where I need to be. Be sure I want to leave without checking your phone's messages. Oh, okay. Don T. Okay, call them back. Salutations. Whom is telephoning? I might inquire. Hi, Don. It's me, Tony. Ah, you, the recipient of my missive. You recipiented my missive. Commendable. Yeah, what's up? There is an assignment of which I require your performance. Assignment? Were I the comedic sort, I might refer to it as an undertaking. Ha 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 ha. I'm listening. There is an antiquated distillery near Crystal Dream Lake. Grandpa Joe's distillery, to be precocious. It was abandoned when prohibitioning began, albeit with its liquor manufacturing equipment intact. A group contrapositive to our own has claimed it as their territory, and we wish these bloodsuckers to be eradicated with extreme prejudice. So, you want me to go give the bums rush to a bunch of rival mob goons? There is no underground criminal organization that rivals our own in this vicinity. When I say bloodsuckers, it is my intention that you will observe in that phraseology a high degree of literalness. The group to which I am referencing are Nosferatu. What? Nosferatu, Langsuer, Strigoi, Draculas, vampires. Okay, I get it. You're telling me there are actual vampires in this part of the world? Affirmative. They have been a pain in our necks, ha 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 ha, for quite an extensive period of time. Oh, I appear to have inadvertently voiced another witticism. Hadn't noticed. Alright, I'll take care of your vampires. I guess it isn't that much weirder than the fishmen. Where's this distillery? Additional to that, you'll be requisitioning the combination lock. Hey, guess, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Certainly not. Kindly allow us the credit for a modicum of operational securitizing. We selected the most unassailable combination possible. 9999. Alright, alright. Okay. Hey, Bertram, you don't happen to... You don't. Oh, but I can get... Goal or 2. I can now feed that one guy at the, Now feed the guy at the dam. Securberus. Building a little... Alright. Bus stop now. Oh no. Your raised voices and the sounds of emotion. And head in that direction to check it out. As you get nearer, the voices become clearer. Someone's yelling for help. You can pick up the pace and find a small glade in the middle of the woods, filled with odd little structures and large, beautifully colored butterflies. Something feels a bit off about the whole scene, so instead of rushing in, you crouch in the bushes and creep around the perimeter, looking for the source of the yelling. One of the group of butterflies is nearer to the bushes than you get closer to them, you can see they have little human bodies. Fairies! Wow, real fairies! Just like, you know, fairy tales. Seem to be giggling maniacally at something. Hee I ain't think we ought to mess with them. Like, they're creepy. Ah, shut up, Jim. I ain't afraid of some weird butterflies. That sounded uncannily like regular human-sized voices. Weird. Are they mimics? Like parents? Hey, get off of my ear, you little varmint! Ah, my eye! Ah, get it off of me! Huh. They always seemed much nicer in the bedtime stories. Maybe deal with it later or never. All the way over there. Going to the dam. Oh, as you're heading around one of the idyllic paths, you encounter a giant fallen tree blocking your way forward. Just go around. Can't move. Sword. Oh, hi, flower. Beautiful flower stands in defiance of the reining in of nature. Smell it. It smells as good as it looks. Hey, buddy. Got you some food. Crusty roll. He greedily devours it. He's almost asleep, but it's a little bit hungry. Thanks, but I already had one of those. I only eat one of those things given each day. It's a burnt toast. Just walk away. Back to Ocean City. Let's go to this bakery. Let's give him a Scarlet Pumper. Ring of mushrooms. I have to ignore the pattern. Here we go. Can't offer him the pumpernickel? Melting mine. Mind melt will also heal you. Read the weird book, including all the several long pages on heal an opponent's mysticality to itself and not damage. I can't read it again. Can't I read it again? Early shocking jokes, heard them all. Oh wait, I'm spending XP to unlock. Ooh. Do I have a pumpernickel? But I thought I bought the pumpernickel from the guy. Bertram. Food. Okay. Bought that. Also get some frozen toast. Alright. I was pretty sure I did too. See a familiar looking person heading towards you. You realize the reason why he looks familiar is because he looks exactly like you. Hi, are you a clone or is this a time paradox or what? Turns out it's a time paradox, I guess. Wow, crazy. I agree, high five! The two of you, literally speaking, exchange a friendly high five. Wish him luck. Well, I should get going. Yeah, me too. Good luck. Yeah, me too. Oh, haha, I'll have to remember that one. You did. Yes, this is becoming the Lovecraftian thing of we are slowly starting to go insane and there's nothing you can do. Alright. Want a scarlet pumpernickel? Okay. Falls asleep. This guy is in a well-deserved food. It says lunch, but what's on the table isn't identifiable as anything to eat. Waxman screws, crafted stacks and shafts, Waxman discs, Braxton cords, Frampton picks, Waxton valves. Having one. There we go. It's good that they're building a dam. It'd be a shame if future generations got to enjoy this beautiful forest. Well, brick houses, well constructed. Workman toilet for workman-like workmen. Yay, flushed. Taps don't work, but there's still a bunch of water pooled in the basin. Fish. Always fish. Handful of clean water. Alright, I'm taking care of this back in nonsense. This pump is missing his Glaxton valve. Uh-oh. This pump has a Glaxton valve on it. Missing its Glaxton. Did it have one before? I don't remember. You know what? Let's just go back to the lighthouse. Beppo's Hole. Cobweb-strewn copse of trees. You get near it, you catch a glimpse of a big hole full of spiders in the middle of it. You could barely read the old wooden sign next to it, declaring to the whole world that the hole belongs to Beppo. Pretend I didn't find it. Hey, buddy! Hello, I got the valve you asked for. Did you install it? No, I have it right here. Won't do much good in your hands like that. Go hook up to the pump outside. Fine. Install it. Fortunately, the place where the slots is through. Install the valve. I have been watching the water level through the window. It should be dry enough for our purposes now. Come on upstairs. Most lighthouses have a somewhat bigger lamp. Well, here we are. Welcome to where the magic happens. Magic? Sure. Be out looks. Old lighthouse keeper joke. So, can I have the compass now? What? No, certainly not. I need that. But you asked if I had an old compass, and I said I did, and that I'd show it to you. Never said nothing about giving it to you. Oh, well, I really need it. So do I. I gotta calibrate this lamp to the North Star every so often, and I need a good compass to show me which one is the north one. If I got you a new one. Nope, I said a good one. The new ones ain't any use at all. Why not? Because of how they changed them. What? Changed the compasses? They didn't teach you that in school? Folks got short memories. It was only round about the turn of the century. Some Atlas company bought the patent on West and rebranded it as New North. Then they did a recall on all the compasses and issued new ones. They all point west now, and that's useless for my purposes. Okay. Well, how about I find you another old one? If you can find me another pre-New North compass in at least as good a condition as mine, then sure, I'll swap you one. Don't really get the point of that would be, though, since you'd already have one. Well, it's a long story. Never mind then. Here, maybe this'll help you. Most of the old compasses got radium paint on the dials so you can read them at night. This old Geiger counter ought to be able to pick up the radiation from that. Where should I start? Well, most folks consider the old compass, the old kind of compass, to be trash nowadays, and if I was trash, I'd be at the old junkyard. Okay, thanks. An empty and wet bookshelf. Good thing he had his books down. Good thing he had his book downstairs. Oh, I wanted to look at the bulbs. Box of spare 60-watt light bulbs. Use only 60-watt light bulbs? Don't need that much light. Ain't a big lake. Huh. Okay, then. Find a decaying nightstand discarded in a ditch, which is kind of a weird place to find a nightstand. Maybe someone got so mad sticking their toes all the time that they angrily drove it out into the woods and threw it out of the car. Dang, there's all kinds of useful stuff in here. Junk mail and paper. Alright. Heated fishing rod cooks the trash from the inside. Hey, the trash is left medium rare, but a connoisseur would eat it well done. I got a hot rod. Okay. What does this do? Rod is almost too hot to handle. Mysticality plus 2 hot damage. Oh hey, there's something shiny in this pile of trash. It's a ring! Thunder ring. Makes it dangerous to be near you in combat. When you're wearing this, lightning always rides shotgun. This pile of trash must be especially appealing. Radio must be solar powered or trash powered. This hobo is trying to wrestle a stove out of a pile of trash. Howdy, I'm Beanie. Hi, Beanie. I'm Tony. What you up to? I'm trying to get this stove so as I can haul it back to our hobo camp outside of Ocean City. Oh, you know about the camp? Yep, I'll be cooking up a mess of beans once I get this stove back there. Let me tell ya. Hobo code? Sure, I know about a dozen different symbols for beans. Wouldn't one be enough? They all look pretty similar now that you mention it. My muscle's only 2. But I can buy this. Boost the muscle by 1. Then here have any potions. A lot of stuff for different types of attacks. Nothing that does. Okay, what about food? Do I have any food that does strength? It's just Okay. Seems like all the lettuce and slimy trash has been sorted into this pile. Alright, let's look at stench arm. Okay, there we go. Part of it. Accessories, sleaze armor, spook armor, stench armor. There we go. Oh, what? I need sleaze armor. Accessory rings, free sleaze armor. It gives me 1 sleaze armor. Let's see what I have for hats. Does this give me sleaze? That gives me stench. Ants. Here we go. The waxed slacks. Sleaze armor. I got a nasty spoon. You don't find anything, so you just keep the spoon. I don't know why you would keep that spoon, but you did. Sleaze damage. Mysticality. Weapon. Okay. There's an opening that leads to an underground labyrinth of filth. Unfortunately, your Geiger counter is faintly, so you're probably going to go in there. Hope you aren't wearing your favorite anything. It turns out that this garbage dump is much deeper and older than it initially appeared. Huge rooms and tunnels have been carved out of the trash, like the worst archaeological dig imaginable. And just to make a bad scene even worse, it looks like a whole gang of those horrible fairies have made a home in. A shovel! There's an ironically half-buried shovel here. A lot of fairies in that direction frolicking around and making animal noises. Dying animal noises. Alright, fight. Oh, what? He literally almost killed them. Splatter them! Let's, grease gun one of them. 60, so I need to take out strongest. That one. You're going to heal everyone on the battlefield or deal 6 damage to them. Take out the wackadoo. Now I'm dead. Probably. No, Horatio! What? Hey, what the heck is that thing? A mushling. It tends to crash into me. That's not good. Gosh, okay, well, I'm dead. No, Horatio! Oh. Let's keep summoning. The fairy gunmother. Okay, that makes sense. Shoot everybody! Yeah, this is over. Ollie, no! Trying again. Losing that fight filled you with determination. What you've determined is, in that future, you should try winning fights instead of losing. But I like occasionally saying things in other people's voices that you can only assume were those people's last words. Twig thump. Ow! One heck of a dangerous twig. Ow! They have guns? Horatio, they very nearly got you. Okay, let's see. I do have tons of consumables, yes. The fairy exploder intends to explode, dealing 1 hot damage to your entire party. Okay, let's just... Here we go. 4 hot damage. Does basically nothing. This. Alright. Let's see, what are these? Restore 3 action points and increase his AP regen by 1. Will that be the most effective? Go for the Twig Thumper. And now I'm going to have to just grease gun somebody. Let's grease gun the Twig Thumper. Let's take him out. Ow! Fairy Gunmother is defeated. Okay, that's good. Alright, Molly. Shoot everybody. Make me proud. No, you didn't make me proud. I got viciously jabbed. And I'm dead. Okay. Okay, we defeated that group. Barely. But we did. Fairy dust. It's weird that such vile creatures can have such nice dandruff. Increases spooky armor. Horatio got stronger. Some loose bits of a gun. Make any weapon into a gun, which will use your moxie to determine its damage. Okay. You won. With a fairy gun, you can get to the northern tunnel. Wait, is that north? The left or north? Excellent. This room is positively swarming with fairies. There must be something pretty good over there, or at least something the fairies think is pretty good, which is an opinion you might or might not share. I feel like I want to try and win this fight first. Deal 10 cold damage? Sure, I'll toss that. Okay. That was effective. Mush tenders conjure up the mushlings. Alright. Almost seems like they're practicing their fencing skills, but their fighting style is so chaotic. No. Fight the floor. Splatter them! Okay, so almost all of them still have... Let's just hit them again with the splatters. Alright. And the needler. Needlers. Okay. Let's just grease gun that one. Next, hopefully, No, Horatio! They need to leave them alone. Make them leave you alone. Ow. Gonna randomly shoot everybody, or we can kneecap them. Shoot. Got one of them at least. Oh. No, Horatio! He manages to fly away. He flies away. Just splatter everyone. Now, grease gun him! Got a fairy knife. This is too small for you to get a good grip on with your big, clumsy human hands. Causes target to... It's a foot from a big statue. This is how far away you are from what this is and what it is. It seems pretty depressed. You listen to the statue. It's sad about the passage of time, but you manage to make it feel a little better by reminding it that it's still a really big, really strong foot. It gives you some toe jam as a gesture of thanks. Okay, then. A teetering stack of crates is holding up part of the ceiling. The trash has collapsed in an unsafe staircase-like heap. This was extremely lucky. Hey, Buck, over here. Tunnel leading back down to the miserable trash. I don't know what I'm supposed to interact with it. Someone threw away an entire fence? I can't tell where the Geiger counter is going off at. Oh, right here! Dig! Just beneath the surface, your shovel strikes the top of a crate. The Geiger counter continues its irritating clicker. Give the top of the crate a mighty stomp and end up ankle-deep in compasses. It's better than being butt-deep in compasses, that's what you always say, ha 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 ha. Anyway, enough jokes. You grab the least ruined-looking of the compasses. You also breathe a sigh of relief as you turn off that annoying Geiger counter. Back to the lighthouse. And I have a shovel, too, so that means I can do the whole back-in-time thing at the museum. Catch a skittery movement out of the corner of your eye, and quickly turn to face, well, nothing it turns out. You're ready to face a bunch of spiders or something, but there's nothing there but shadows. It must have been some tree branches moving in the wind or something. Oh no, wait, it's the shadows. The shadows are just literally also spiders, it turns out. Oh no. Wow. How are you supposed to fight these things? Wow. Aloof. You lost that fight, but you don't even care. Water off the duck's back. +1 Moxie. Fortunately, you blacked out, so I don't have to figure out how to describe what a spider made of unliving shadow nothingness does to you. You totally lost that fight on purpose. You don't even care. You know, you've got enough XP to buy a skill and make your character more powerful. Would you like to go to the character sheet and take a look? Okay. Get mysticality and confuse people with magic. Anybody can lie, but if you want to be really good at it, you use a little magic. So right, now back to the map. The lighthouse, hopefully with no random encounters this time. Your meandering height takes you near the lake, which may not have been reflected in the map display, but you'll just have to suspend your disbelief on that one. Only picks up a flat stone and flings it and skims it expertly across the lake. Nice one. Hey Buck, how big a rock do you think you can chuck? Raw muscle isn't my forte, but I guess I'd do alright. Pick up a fist-sized rock and pitch it into the lake with a loud splash. Loud plonk follows close behind. You turn around and see Molly picking up a softball-sized rock with a grin. That's impressive. I may look like a girly girl, but my Tommy's got a kick like a mule. Gotta keep the rust off these pistons, you know? Is Tommy your boyfriend? That sounds kind of... My girlfriend's name is Nancy. Tommy is short for M1921 Thompson machine gun. Oh, right. I knew that. She heaves another large rock into the lake. You try your best to match her, but it's not much of a contest. Alright. Saying, hey Buck, over here, maybe I need to talk to you. This is the berries. I ain't gotten this many fights in ages. Wait, you don't do a lot of fighting for the mob? Ah, they're all wet. Always giving me an earful. Shooting up the place is bad for business, blah blah blah. Guess I'm glad you're enjoying yourself? Hello again. You find that old compass you were looking for? I sure did. Here, what do you think? Could use a polish, but it seems in good condition. Alright, I'll swap you. Let me get that old Geiger counter back from you, too. Cursed compass. This compass always points towards the evil version of North. This should not be followed. Now get along, got a lot of important nothing to take. Alright, back to the museum. We got some grave robbing to do. Mushroom Cave. Check it out. Alright, first off, I want to check the root cellar here. Dig. You dig, revealing a crumbling set of stairs leading downward. Let's go down. What's this? The ancient chalk marks are mostly rubbed away and indiscernible, but they might have once been part of an ancient ritual circle. In the middle of the circle, you see the broken pieces of an old pocket watch. Was there actual witchcraft going on here after all? Spooky. Nothing but burned books. Stairs heading up. Okay. Let's see. Thomas Danforth. Dig it up. Well, look at that. Tom got his wish after all. I got his pocket watch. It says, to my son Tom on his 12th birthday, engraved on the inside of the lid. He was a duty head until the very end. Make a rubbing. There'll be someone very interested to see this, or at least that you will be very interested to see the look on his face when he sees this. Alright. Just gotta figure out something involving the doll. That's not... Okay, that's not the right doll, because the proper doll had 3 arms. Not sure what to do with the doll. Oh, that's true. I need to go to the journal. Alright. Oh, wait a minute. This handwriting matches the graffiti from the outhouses. Tear out the page. Look over your shoulder and see the guard watching you. You're going to have to distract me if you want to get away with tearing a page out of this book, then get away with the page you tore out of the book. Trick him into leaving? Okay, I need 3 mysticality. I have 2. What do I have? Potions. I'm pretty sure I had something that gave me mysticality. Let's inhale it. Synathesis? The colors you've never smelled before, man. Look into... Sorry, sir. I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on the things. Okay. Trick him into leaving. Okay. Even though I passed the stats check. Oh my gosh. That's not something. Take a look. Pull out some of the pins. Discreetly pull a bunch of pins out of the doll and drop them on the floor. Fortunately, it isn't quiet enough in here for the guard to have heard that. Okay. Also, someone dropped a bunch of pins on the floor. Tear out the page. Tell him about the pins. Hey, a bunch of pins just fell out of that doll. Sorry, sir, I just get pit. What did you say? Some of the pins fell out of that weird voodoo doll or whatever. That might be dangerous. Someone could step on them. Ah, jeez. Alright. Tear out the page. You clear your throat loudly over the sounds of the paper tearing and stuff it up your sleeve, flipping back to the front page of the book. There we go. Alright. Now we've got this sorted out. Okay, I'm back. Where were we? Patricia's accused of stealing my pocket watch, vandalizing the outhouse, and making a weird asymmetrical three-armed doll. I promise I didn't. Okay. Got evidence that Patricia didn't steal the pocket watch. Well, then present it to the court. Here it is. This is your pocket watch, right? Oh, yeah, it is. Wow, thanks. Where'd you find it? I'd rather not say. If it isn't evident, it isn't evidence if you don't tell us where you found it. It might have been at her house or something. All right, I found it in your grave. What? I'm a time traveler from the future. I heard your mom say you loved that pocket watch so much you wanted to be buried with it when you die. I went back to my time and dug up your grave to see if you were. And you were, and there it is. That's crazy. You're crazy. Possibly, but it's true. And the fact that you were buried with that watch, Tom, means that you eventually would have found it wherever you lost it, so Patricia didn't steal it. Tom squints at the watch in thought, finds it and holds it up to his ear. It still works. The finest craftsmanship, still working after 236 years. They won't make them like that anymore. Okay, but this doesn't prove Patricia didn't take it. Maybe I found it in her house, or she gave, or will give it back to me or something. Maybe, but it's a closed loop now. We can't ever know how you would have gotten your watch back, because now you got it back because I just gave it to you. And isn't that all you really wanted, was just to get your pocket watch back? You never really believed Patricia stole it. I would like to know what happened to it, but yeah, you're right. Sorry, Patricia. I hereby withdraw my accusation. Where does that leave us? Since to solve the matter of the pocket watch, kind of, Patricia was just accused of vandalizing the outhouse and making a weird three-armed doll. Now I have proof Patricia didn't write the graffiti. Alright, let's see it then. Ahem. I have here 2 pieces of paper. This one is a rubbing from the outhouse, showing the graffiti in question. Yes, that is the graffiti in question, alright. My father basically owns this crummy town. You won't get away with this slaughter, Patricia. Technically, it's libel, not slander. Look at a piece of paper. This is a page from someone's diary. Someone who clearly thinks Peter Proctor a stinky duty head. And if you compare the handwriting to the graffiti, they're a perfect match. Why, they certainly are. Whose diary is this from? This diary belongs to Delilah Putnam. What? Give me that! She snatches the diary page away from you. Wait a minute. I don't remember writing this. Hey, this is dated 3 days from now. The paper is really old, too. What's going on here? I already told you guys, I'm from the future. My diary was in a museum? Wow, so you admit that? So you admit that I wrote the graffiti, yeah, whatever. If it isn't libel if it's true, right? Hey! Yes, that's correct, and in any case, the charge against Patricia is hereby dropped. You do owe someone an apology, though, Delilah. Yeah, not you, duty head. He means Patricia. Sorry, Patricia, it was Peter I was mad at. I didn't mean to get you in trouble for it. What's next? It cleared her on most of the charges. The only thing left is the matter of her making the weird 3-armed doll. Well, what's wrong with that? So she has a weird doll, so what? Because you can't just go around being weird and different all the time, no matter how much you want to. Mom and Pa say it ain't proper. Yeah, it's part of the social contract. Did you sign a contract, Patricia? I didn't sign anything. I promise. It's not that kind of contract. What? Again, do you have some kind of guts problem? Yeah, I must have eaten something bad. Whatever people eat in the late 17th century. Okay, we'll try and get it all out this time. Contract. What is there about contract? Okay. It's not that kind of contract. German words. else is on the main storyline? Go to the antique store. No, that's not it. The mob wants you to clear the nest. My to-do list. Other notes and information. Personal notes. Okay, I don't have any notes on. Some history-hating scandal. History-hating vandal, I would say. An old dilapidated church altar there are some brown splotches on the corner that are quite probably old jam. Because of the sandwich the kids left in the corner. I don't know of any German words I would have thought of. White is winning. Yep, I changed that. Check the footnote. Yep, okay. No plaque on this table. It must have always been boring. Frond of that plant. No, it won't let me pass this point. I go back in time. There's still an issue of contract that was signed. Have any reason to hide behind there? Biopy's boon. Slip past the ropes and appear. Maybe I can, now that I've actually been doing stuff in the past anyway. Proctor's room, Mr. Proctor. Oh. Peter Proctor. The velvet rope is keeping you out of his room despite the fact that you have the legal authority to search it, kind of. That shit's somewhere out of my... Wow, this kid had his very own sculpture of a toy box. It's solid mahogany. Half-height dressing room. Bend over and take a look. Getting more expression. Custom child height window. This child's bed from 100 years ago is still nicer than any bed you've ever. Search it. The only thing inside is a sheet of paper listing several things that may have been taken away by the Historical Society for Restoration and Catalog. A bag of fancy glass marbles and steel ball bearings, a fake spider made out of horsehair and copper wire, and stuff like that. Nothing seemed relevant to the trial. Reach inside the drawer, feel around until you find the little catch that makes the secret compartment pop open. Oh ho, what's this? Severed rag doll. Huh, what is this? This seems suspicious, but isn't the problem with Patricia's doll that it has too many arms? Go to this one? Oh, okay. Head back in time and confront him with the ripped up doll arm. Did you sign a contract? I have evidence concerning the doll, I guess. You guess? That doesn't sound very evidential. What did you find? Well, I found this little arm that looks like it was torn off a rag doll. But Patricia's arm has 3. Let me see. Oh yes, this is mine. Look! Patricia holds up her doll, showing the stitches where she fixed the hole left by the torn off arm. Wait, your doll was originally a regular 4-armed one? Uh-huh, I made it based on yours because I thought it was neat. Hang on, a 4-armed doll is regular in 1692? Not everywhere, but around here, yeah. I got so bored I wanted something different, so I made a doll with 4 arms. But I'm not allowed to be different. I had to tell Ma and Pa it was the regular fashion for dolls, and I don't know, it just became a thing. I think I get it. So you were mad because you thought Patricia had out-differented you by having an asymmetric doll. Yeah, Patricia. I'm sorry, Patricia. That wasn't fair. Your doll's really good. I like it better than... Aw, thanks. I forgive you, Delilah. Our dolls can hug and make up. Hee hee hee. Say, that's funny. I just noticed the fabric on the missing arm's gone all stiff, like it's really old or something. Yeah, I brought it back here from the future. Where did you find it? We haven't really resolved what happened. Who cares? It's just a stupid rag doll. If your parents had any money, you two could have real dolls instead of making your own out of trash. I found it in a secret compartment in Peter's nightstand. Whoa, why you? Yeah, that figures. Not surprising in the least. Charge dismissed. So what's left? Everything's been accounted for. Congratulations, Patricia. You've been acquitted of all charges. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Mr. Tony. No problem. I was happy to help. Is there anything we can do for you in return? There is one thing I'm curious about. Do you kids know anything about witches? Witches? You mean like black magic, consorting with the devil, that sort of thing? Yeah? Haha, check out this rube who thinks witches are real. Yeah, that's just scary stories parents tell their children to make them go to bed on time. So, no witches, no witch trials, nothing like that? Nope, not that I've ever heard of, and my dad travels the whole region on his court circuit. Okay, thanks. Alright. Guess the last thing needed is some word. Just needed to go down into the basement. Don't break the law, please. This kid's a real reader. All the titles look pretty boring. Huh, okay. Any German words? don't know. Yeah, the German sheet music. That's the only place I can think of being is in Ernst's house. Ernst Zimmer's house. Two of you are walking down the street. Molly stops and gestures at a nearby gun shop. Oh, hey, I know this bulldogger. Hang on a second. Want to go shopping? Nah, I just want to get my typewriter a quick tune-up. Sight on it's a kinda hinky. Get yourself a piece of cake. I'll be right back. You don't see any cake around, disappointed, but Molly returns presently with a freshly polished Tommy gun and a cheerful grin. Now we're hitting on all sixes. Come on, Buck, let's get a wiggle on. Here, I thought Gabby was hard to understand. Alright. Constantine. That's a 6 letter. That's 7. These are all too long. So that's unfortunately not a clue. It has to be a 5-letter word. But all these are... Those are all either 4 and 6 and above. So that's not really anything, I'm afraid. Here's an unusual sight. 4 Glocklins are playing their glockenspiels while doing some kind of traditional folk dance. It involves a lot of skipping, hopping, and turning around in a square with precise timing, so they aren't paying any attention to anything else, really. Join in! It does kind of look like fun, but you definitely don't know the steps and would only cause total chaos. It would be simpler just to attack them, as a brawl could probably result in. You successfully ignore your way out of this situation. No need to attack the Glocklins. I don't even remember what Glocklins are. Alright, well, I'm going to call it for tonight's stream. It is quite late, and it is past time for me to go to bed. And even this coffee that my wife gave me to drink for the stream ain't propping me up any longer. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Have a good evening, everybody. I will see you all on Sunday for some more, possibly Played Up, maybe something else. And on Friday, I'll be back with more of this. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and have a good evening. Night.